I'd advertised myself as a freelance artist, and somebody got in touch with me and said I might have some work for you. And I went to visit him, and he ran the Picture Framers, which is the venue where the gallery is now. And he wanted me to do work, which really wasn't me. He wanted me, this is true, to paint tabletops in a faux naive African style to export to America. Not really my thing. But I ended up chatting to him, and it turned out, he ran a Picture Framers, and he was running it down to sell it off cheap or to close it because he was emigrating to Alaska.
This week we're at Cupola Gallery in Middlewood, talking to Karen Sherwood, painter, curator and gallery owner. Karen opened the gallery when she was just 23.
Anyway, a couple of weeks later, completely unexpected, I had a letter arrived on my doormat, and inside it was a cheque for £15,000. Where did that come from? A year earlier, my grandma had died, and I'd not thought anything about it other than, my grandma's died. And so it was an inheritance cheque. And I just went, oh, hang on a minute. I went back to this guy and I said, how much do you want for your business? And he said, I want £10,000. Oh. The landlord said, if you take next door, I'll give you a deal on the rent. My little mind cogs are turning. And I think, well, picture frame, if I learned how to picture frame, I could open a gallery next door. Would the picture framing subsidise the gallery until I could make it stand on its own 2 feet? So I paid off my debts. I paid off my partner's debts, ran off to Scotland to get married, had £6,000 left. Went to this guy and said, can I give you £6,000 for the business and pay off the last 4 within the first year of running the business? He said yes. I basically learnt how to picture frame in a fortnight and opened a gallery. That was it.
Wow, what a story.
A bit mental.
Yeah, it all kind of fell into place quite nicely.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing, hadn't got a clue. Just knew I wanted to do it. And that was it. So I didn't have a holiday, I didn't, my husband at the time said, I didn't ask him permission, and he's right, and he said, if I knew you were going to open the gallery, I never would have married you. We're still married 25 years later, so we kind of sorted it out, but it's definitely a bone of contention. But yeah, both my brothers had, holidays abroad, had great fun. Other people might have put a deposit on the house or something, but I just wanted to open a gallery, and so I did.
And is that still the same picture framing business as downstairs?
Well, you've looked round the gallery, haven't you? Now, if you can imagine, the room you walk into, which I now refer to as the reception gallery, was the Picture Framers. The room next door is the main gallery, and that was my only gallery space. I didn't have a sculpture garden. The back room, which is now the office, was my picture framing space, and I used to have to open the back door to cut the wood because I did not have a long enough space. And when I asked the guy who I was buying it from, I said, well, what do you do in the winter? He looked at me and he said, well, you do it quicker. And you do.
One thing that struck us about Karen and Cupola was the inviting atmosphere. Karen hosts a variety of events to get more people to come and engage with the art.
Free cake every Saturday was because I like cake, And we used to have quite a lot of cake in, and people kept asking me if it was my birthday. So I thought, you know what, let's make this official. And so we have free cake every Saturday. And it's funny, you can talk about all the art you like, and you say to people, oh, we do free cake, and they go, I'll see you on Saturday. So it's a fun thing. We do free teas and coffees, we do free cake, and it's about breaking down that barrier of, yes, we're an art gallery, yes, we care about all the artwork that we show, and some of it is very expensive, not all of it. But if people don't look, how can they enjoy it? It costs nothing to come and have a look. And so many people feel intimidated about coming into galleries, even now. And that breaks my heart. I set up the gallery to support artists. The reason I open a gallery is because I want people to want to pay for it. I am sick to death of artists packing it in because they can't make a living out of it. I want people to understand its value, and I want people to be happy to pay for it. And that's what I do. I take the guilt away.
Now in its 25th year, Cupola celebrated the quarter-century milestone with the Sheffield's Arts Festival.
So my 25th anniversary was last August, and I decided, in the spirit of my masochistic tendencies, that I wanted to do something bigger than me, that gave back to the community that has supported me over all this time, because Hillsborough's gone through a lot since I've been here, and so I decided I'd quite like to put something on in the park, because I did some community consultation and people said, you know, Sheffield Show used to happen in Hillsborough Park, the marathon used to start and finish in Hillsborough Park, but it feels like, you know, no major free event has happened in Hillsborough Park for absolutely ages. So, and then I also, there was also a survey done that showed that the S6 postcode houses the largest number of creative professionals than any other postcode in the city of Sheffield. And yet, if you say Hillsborough to people, people don't necessarily think creative endeavour. So people sadly had a tendency to think Hillsborough disaster. And so we wanted to do something that was bigger than me, that put Hillsborough on the map for all the right reasons. And so I put on a large free festival called Hillsfest in Hillsborough Park last July. Nearly killed me. But, you know, we did it, and people people absolutely loved it. The feedback was astonishing. I mean, we had 2 huge 24-metre inflatable domes. We had hot glass blowing, chainsaw carving, graffiti. We had free activities for children and adults. We had poetry, we had music, we had performance, we had film, and it was all free.